Welcome everyone to Varieties Take 2, and we back again for another video. In today's video I would like to talk about Page Plus. Basically we're going to be talking about everything you guys need to know. The plans, what carrier you use, who's Page Plus, and if it does support hotspot or not. I believe this is very important thing you guys asking about. So I'm gonna answer all these questions. Just before we begin, make sure to subscribe here to Varieties Take 2 and give this video a thumbs up, and if you have any question, leave this in a comment and let's find out. Before we start talking about the plans and the compatibility for the network and the other questions, I want to explain to you Page Plus. Page Plus basically it's a prepaid carrier, and it uses Verizon towers. Now Page Plus used to be owned separately, but recently TracFone added to their brands. Now TracFone Wireless owns a lot of carriers like Simple Mobile, Net10, Total Wireless, and Straight Talk. So there's many actually brands there, and Page Plus is just one of them. Now we're gonna talk about Page Plus what Page Plus has to offer you. Now they offer basically 3 different unlimited plans, as well as Page Plus also offer pay-as-you-go plans, uses the 3G network. This is basically just minutes. Let's go ahead and go up over here and talk about their plans. Starting with the first plan, it would be the $29.95. that just monthly plan or 30 days period plan. What you're gonna have with this plan: a 3 GB of high-speed talk text unlimited, as well as you will have a $10 worth of credit to call international. So it's a good plan basically, and it comes with 3 GB high speed, and then it will be 2G after you pass your 3 GB high speed data. In my opinion, it's a good actually plan if you're not willing to pay a lot of money for your cell phone service. $29.95, it's kind of decent. As well as I mentioned, Page Plus basically it's the company uses Verizon towers. So this company is MVNO, so use virtual network, then you're gonna be same as Verizon towers. Of course you're not gonna benefit all Verizon features, but you're gonna use the same spectrum. It's not gonna be the same speed of the LTE, but you're gonna have the same coverage, and this is by itself give Page Plus many advantages. Now let's jump to another plan, $39.95. Same thing as the 29, except one thing: 8 GB for high speed, and then we'll turn to 2G. International calls are included. Now they have the best plan in my opinion, the $55 for 30 days period. Include everything international, and it's fully unlimited plan. But one important thing you guys need to know. Now if you just look over here where I put the mouse indicator, they say they have the right to reserve your account usage after you pass 60 GB of data. Now they're not saying they're gonna shut you down, or they're not saying you are violating, but they say we reserve the right to review your account. So they might let you go over 60, they might not actually. So I'm not sure about this, but being also a Page Plus customer, having noticed if I go over 60 gigs, it gives me any problem. But since they're saying this is one of their term and condition, so it's very important things, and you need to make sure that don't go over 60 gigs, because they might actually review your account. And the last plan with the monthly plans, it will be the $12 for 30 days, and this is the only plan that doesn't give you unlimited talk and text. It will give you 500 minutes and 500 text with 100 megabytes of 4G LTE. but if you guys look at this, it's $12, so the rate is very low actually. So if you're not a heavy person, heavy user, you're not using your phone a lot and you just want to perform a few phone calls here and there, check the internet every once in a while, you'll be saving a lot of money with Page Plus. Now let's go ahead also take a look on the pay-as-you-go plans. And now these pay-as-you-go plans go with actually minutes. So the $10 will basically give you 120 days. That's the grace period. So you could use the $10 credit in 120 days. If you don't use, you will lose actually these minutes. And they'll charge you 0.6 cents per minute or text message. So they're gonna treat the text message same as the minutes. So you will receive 166 minutes. The 25 will give you 416, and the 50 give you 833, and 80 give you 1,333. But the main difference here is gonna be when you go to the $80 plan, that will give you 1 year, 360 days, and you pay $80 and you get to use 1,333 minutes. Now let's also talk about the compatibility of the phones. Now since Page Plus uses Verizon towers, you should be able to use any Verizon postpaid phone or any Verizon prepaid, but must be unlocked to Page Plus, and you shouldn't have problems or whatsoever because this is the same company. Page Plus also offer you some phones on their websites, and here's some example about the phones. They offer iPhones, they offer also Moto G6 for $99. It's not the best deals actually for phones, but you can go with always go ahead and check these phones out in their website. And as you guys can see, there is plenty of these phones on that website. They don't offer deals like a Cricket Wireless or Symbol Mobile or Metro by T-Mobile. They have actually better deals. But here is some phones if you want to buy. But as I said, if you have a Verizon phone, you don't really need to be worried about buy phone from that company, especially if you have very expensive phone with Verizon. But you make sure if you bring your Verizon phone, especially for postpaid people, you make sure your phone is paid off and the phone is not reported, because Page Plus, when you do the activation, you will be asked for the IMEI number, and that Page Plus is actually a system link with Verizon. So Verizon, they will block any phone that still owe money or the phone still under the lease or reported as lost or stolen. Now, one of the questions I'm sure a lot of people they're gonna ask if Page Plus will offer you family plans or not. So Page Plus doesn't support family plans. They'll have only singular plans. So if you want to go to Page Plus, you have to buy the plans individually or separately. So they don't offer any family plans. That would be great if that company actually listened to customers and have family plans. With some family plans discount, it would be actually awesome. Now the most important question I'll be expecting you guys to ask: if Page Plus has hotspot or not. And let me explain that to you carefully. Page Plus on their website doesn't specify or doesn't say anything about hotspot service. And even if you're trying to call customer service for Page Plus, the answer will be no. They don't offer hotspot service. Now, I'm going to tell you from a user perspective, from a person on Page Plus who works with Page Plus. Page Plus does support hotspot, but there is a conditions actually. Not all phones support hotspot on Page Plus. Some phones I have personally tested, like the Google Pixel, it didn't work with the hotspot, as well as all the iPhone don't work with the hotspot. I've checked some Samsung phones and it actually worked in the hotspot, no problems. Now, if the hotspot works, let me explain to you how it works actually. Now, if you have the $29.95, you can use the 3 GB toward hotspot and non-hotspot. Now if you go higher plan, you will have more gigabytes to use toward hotspot and non-hotspot. Now the 55, honestly, which is the one I have, it has unlimited access to the hotspot, which is not many carriers can offer you if your phone is compatible. If you have hotspot from the phone and you go to your hotspot tool in your phone and enable the hotspot, it does work. And 1 month, this everything I'm saying is not official from the company, it's based on my experience, and it worked great, and I used 170 gigabytes toward hotspot, and Page Plus didn't give me problems or whatsoever. But once again, I'm trying to tell you that make sure that you don't pass 60 gigabytes, because they have the right to review your account for any violation. That what Page Plus will do for you if they find out you have any violation to the plan. I'm not sure if anyone had issue with Page Plus about violation or anything like that. Also, I would like to hear from you and leave this in a comment below. And I wish you guys find everything helpful in that video. If it did, you guys can feel free to subscribe here to Variety Stick 2, and you can encourage me by hit the bell, the thumbs up, and hit the bell also for future notifications. Thank you so much again for watching. As always guys, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.